Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Beyond Burgers have been around for a while, and I'm a little bit late to the party, which is nothing unusual, but late to the party or not, today I'm going to try the Beyond Burger. And if you're like me, and you've been living under a rock for the past couple years and don't know what a Beyond Burger is, it's the world's first plant-based burger that looks, cooks, and satisfies like beef without GMOs, soy, or gluten. Now that's a pretty strong statement to say a plant-based burger satisfies like beef. But hey, I'm going to stay optimistic and give it a try. For you, the people, so you don't have to. But if they can make a plant-based burger taste like meat, I'll be the first one to say I was wrong. Because honestly, I say it's a gimmicky marketing ploy. Vegans and vegetarians don't like or want to eat meat, and meat eaters don't want to eat vegetables posing as meat. So why would they make a plant cake burger taste like meat? But don't get me wrong, I've had and really enjoyed some really good veggie burgers. But that's what they are, and that's what they should be called, veggie burgers. This 8-ounce package contains 2 plant-based Beyond Burger patties that cost $5.99, which works out to be $11.98 a pound. Now that's some expensive vegetables. For $11.98, I can get about 3 pounds of 80/20 ground chuck. Great, you guys know how I feel about peas, and this damn burger is basically a pea burger. But thankfully, I looked up pea protein isolate, and supposedly it doesn't taste like peas at all. So that's a good thing, but we'll see. And the beet juice extract is supposed to be what makes the burger bleed. Each Beyond Burger has 270 calories, 20 grams of total fat, 5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, no cholesterol, 380 milligrams of sodium, 340 milligrams of potassium, 5 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, no sugars, and 20 grams of protein. Wow, that's really shocking. Only 2 net grams of carbs. I definitely would have expected a lot more carbohydrates in a veggie burger. So these are actually low carb friendly. The directions say to preheat your grill or pan to high heat. So I have my Grill & Grill Silverback coming up to temperature. Now let's get the Beyond Meat burgers opened and see what they look like. Through the plastic, they look somewhat like meat. But to be honest, they kind of look like potted meat burgers to me, which isn't really a bad thing, because you guys already know my love for the mechanically separated pork and chicken spread. But after taking the plastic off, they were much redder, and if you didn't look too close, they would look like meat. But if you do look up close, it looks like a foreign vegetable slurry concoction, as opposed to the usual foreign meat slurry concoction. But, and I'm not making this up, they smell like potted meat too, I swear. Even Catherine said the same thing. Maybe we'll see Beyond Meat potted meat in the can soon. Smash that like button if that's some of the worst photoshopping you've ever seen. So we just seasoned one side with kosher salt, and we'll season the other side once we get them on the grill. I had the Silverback preheated to 450 degrees, which I felt sufficient, and no higher heat was needed. So onto some well-greased grill grates they went. Then give them another sprinkling of kosher salt. And then close the lid and let them go for 4 minutes. If you want to keep up with things I do that I don't video and some things that I do video, come follow me on Instagram. After 2 minutes, Catherine was manning the spatula and gave the 2 Beyond Burgers some of the shortest half turns I've ever seen. I just think she was more worried about ripping the burgers than she was getting the grill marks right. But it's all good, with good hash marks or bad hash marks. The important thing is, I'm spending quality time with my daughter. Then close the lid and let them go for another 2 minutes. After 4 minutes, we gave them a flip. And then close the lid and let them go for 3.5 more minutes. Like I said before, there's no reason for the half turn or quarter turn on the second side because nobody's going to see it. After 3.5 minutes, I added a slice of American cheese, which is probably my favorite cheese on a burger. And I know what you're thinking. Why are you putting cheese on a vegan burger? And the simple answer is, because I'm not vegan. and then close the lid and let it go for 30 more seconds. And then after 30 seconds, our cheese had melted, and now we're ready to plate up our burgers. I'm just a simple man, and I like my burgers simple too. On a butter toasted potato roll with mayonnaise, again, I'm not vegan, followed by some lettuce, tomato, and onion. And to me at least, that's almost a perfect burger. We all know that a perfect burger has bacon. We wanted to try the Beyond Burger by itself, so we cut it in half, and it did look somewhat like meat. So into my face hole the Beyond Burger went. And at that point, anything meat or burger went out the window. Which doesn't mean it was bad, because it was good. It had a fried-like crispy outer crust, and a somewhat dry, gritty, grain-like texture on the inside. Flavor-wise, and I kid you not, it had a very potted meat-like flavor. Which is why I think I enjoyed it by itself. But now for the true test, let's see how it's going to taste as a fully dressed burger. Somehow, once the burger was all made up, it looked more meat-like. So I dislocated my jaw and went in for a big old burger bite. Okay, the completed burger, the flavor changed somewhat. The bread, lettuce, tomato, and onions disguised the grainy texture of the burger, and it did make it more meat-like. And it also toned down the potted meat flavor, which didn't bother me either way. Now don't get me wrong, the Beyond Burger is tasty. It's actually very tasty. It was tasty enough that I ate it all. I actually liked it a lot, and I would indeed buy and eat one again. It was a bit different than other veggie burgers I've had, but I'll bet my left toe it's not going to fool a meat eater. Because it's missing two key components, fat and meat of course. This is definitely a good non-meat alternative, but I still think it's gimmicky with the whole it looks and bleeds like meat, which at least for me, it didn't. And I cooked it exactly as described in the directions. And they are a bit pricey. But overall, I gotta give it a favorable review, because like I said, I did like it. And I'm gonna give Beyond Meat's the Beyond Burger a 7 out of 10. Now you, the people, need to stay tuned, because up next, I try the Impossible Burger. And it did something to me that I wasn't expecting. So stay tuned. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month. That's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more. That's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high-quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with your family and friends, and I'll see you soon.